Activate Airtel Money today and enjoy convenience on payments for all utility bills. That's right, you can pay all your bills from the comfort of your home at any time of the day. To pay electricity bills, dial *185#. Select 4, Pay Bill. Select 1, Umeme Touch Pay. Select 1, Pay Bill, or 2, Buy Yaka. Enter Yaka meter number for prepaid customers or Umeme account number for postpaid customers. Enter the amount, enter PIN to confirm and complete payment. Yes, pay all your utility bills conveniently today only using Airtel Money. Airtel Money, simple, instant, secure.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
The Uganda film industry is something to look out for. I'm telling you, we are coming big time, and we are so ready with all our productions. We are going to mesmerize you.
Airtel, the
Up next on UBC, brought to you by Mega Masape from Airtel is back, and everyone, we mean everyone, gets a bonus.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Street children kill a police officer as he ran in a deal about the buffer zone. A very good afternoon. Thank you so much for tuning in to UBC TV and welcome to our lunchtime news. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa. Street children in Jinja, we've started with a sad one, have killed a police officer. The incident took place last night at Jinja Tax Park after the street children allegedly had a fight with the policeman. The dead officer is identified as Corporal George Tanga and had been deployed at Jinja Market Police Post. Eyewitnesses say that the Corporal Tanga had arrested the street children after finding them in possession of stolen property. Jinja RDC Eric Sakwa explained that Tanga has been hacked with a machete as he tried to defend himself from the irate children. Tanga's body was found at the police post with his gun. It has been taken to Jinja Hospital for a post-mortem. Vendors at the market expressed concern at the character of the street children whom they say have become a problem in the whole town. Jinja RDC Sakwa condemned the street children also and ordered that police shoot on sight whoever attacks them while on duty.
kwegamba omuntu n'obanga ekizibu nga kizze kuba musobola okulwanira wamu okulaba nga ensonga eno mugijjawo ebintu bizibu bana
who had stolen a metal bus somewhere, and on their way to the police post, when they reached the police post, one of the thugs had a panga in his trousers, and indeed he pulled out a panga, he used the panga and cut the policeman to death in his neck. This is quite unfortunate because street men had become, they have become now a problem in Jinja. There are extremely very many, They move with the machetes, they move with the metal bars, they move with the sharp objects, and they are terrorizing people of Jinja and almost all roads in.
Story so sad from Jinja. Moving on, women entrepreneurs are demanding a 30% share in the public procurement bidding exercise. The chairperson of their association, Angela Bagaine, says that this follows the direct competition in business today.
Business entrepreneurship was taken another dimension, with women entering from the procurement angle to offer direct competition with men. Under the umbrella of Uganda Women Entrepreneur Association Limited, demand for 30% representation of women on committees involved in public procurement.
We've looked at contract design and process. We've looked at ensuring women are part of the committees, contracts committees and committees that do procurement in different entities.
It is assumed that creating avenues for capacity building among women provides a trend to the country's fundamental economic transformation.
Currently, we are not even at 1%. We've done the figures and we find that most procurements go to men, men-owned businesses, and yet we have 52% of the population women. We do have very many women who are doing business and would like to actually trade with government. Encourage women to grow their businesses. We must be able to find them a market. The first market we should target is government.
The Executive Director, Public Procurement and Disposal Assets Authority, PPDA, Benson Turami, advises women to approach legislators for inclusion by amending the PPDA Act.
Public procurement promotes competition, but because of the challenges that they have as women, they need affirmative action. They need an affirmative approach so that they are given preference, they are given an edge in the law in terms of their involvement. Because when
legislators commit to support women economic inclusion by putting in place affirmative action of encouragement.
Pray that we maintain that. And even as we aspire for these percentages in organizations, in business, in procurement, let's make sure we excel. Because we still have to prove a point.
Even as we argue for the 30%, PPDA is legal and we will argue about it. We need to put rationale and also give confidence that even as you provide for 50%, you are not compromising on the quality standards expected. Yes. Okay? On one side. A woman is going for a business trip. A man is naturally biased.
The women also want funding to promote women in business. Abdunasir Luwama for UBC News.
The United Kingdom Parliament has passed the Brexit deal, but they have still again rejected the timetable. Let us look at the story in detail.
A bitter-sweet result for the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson. For the first time, parliamentary support for the principle of his Brexit deal, and then the bad news. Members of Parliament roundly rejected the speed at which he wanted to push through his deal. Defeated, the Prime Minister immediately got to his feet to announce that Brexit was being put on hold. So Johnson's government and Brexit again thrown into chaos. With a matter of days before Britain crashes out of the European Union, no trading arrangements and little indication of what comes next. All eyes now on Brussels, where it's anticipated they will allow the UK more time. While there's a growing frustration within the EU at the 3.5 years of Brexit confusion, there's no enthusiasm to be seen as forcing a no-deal Brexit on Britain. Boris Johnson's parliamentary options then shutting down.
One choice, of course, is to engineer a general election fought along the lines of the people against Parliament, although under the British system that is quite difficult. However, it is looking ever more likely that Britain is moving towards a Christmas Brexit election. The only question being, what result will Santa be bringing?
In the Middle East, Russia and Turkey have struck a deal on the buffer zone in northern Syria. How? All in this report.
the 11th hour, a deal was struck. 7 hours of negotiations and the Russian and Turkish presidents made their announcement. An agreement that Kurdish YPG fighters would pull back 30 kilometers from the Turkish border, and the two countries will jointly patrol the frontier, agreeing to work together to bring Syrian refugees to the area. The leaders hailed this as an end to the bloodshed.
This meeting in Sochi underscores just how much clout Russia has established when it comes to Syria. Despite backing opposite sides of the conflict, Russia and Turkey have found a way to work together. And at this critical juncture, it's Russia where President Erdogan has come calling.
Russia had expressed concerns about Turkey's operation in northeastern Syria, but President Putin was sympathetic to its concerns about Kurdish fighters. The deal struck Tuesday should provide some respite, with the promise of a new 6-day ceasefire to allow for Kurdish forces to retreat. Turkey and Russia say it marks their commitment to maintaining Syria's territorial integrity.
And in sport, all is set for the 10th edition of the Entebbe Golf Tournament, that will attract international golfers. And the tournament that starts on the 28th of this month has been added as a Safari Tour golf series.
Golf clubs have been cleaned, the fairways are greener. Excitement among the golfing fraternity after confirmation that the Entebbe Golf Tournament has been added to the Safari Tour golf series to help earn points to feature at the Kenya Open. This has forced organizers to switch the format of the tournament from 2 days to 4 to enable fit in a professional play. 8 golfers from Kenya will battle 150 Ugandan golfers in this year's edition that has 40 million shillings prize money lined up.
It's a very beautiful outdoor sport which is very healthy. If you look at the most healthy sports, if you Google the most healthy sports, you're going to find golf way up there. So I would like you to join us, come, enjoy yourself with us, come and watch and see the best players in Uganda and cover and see what it's all about. So yes, the game of golf is growing very well in Uganda. It's really developing, and we are sure that we are going to be competing very well, not only in Africa but in the rest of the world very soon. So I congratulate Entebbe Club for the preparation of this event.
The games that start on the 28th of this month will equally be a world amateur ranking event, giving opportunity to Ugandans to improve their international ranking. Professional golfers are set to play 72 holes. Gross players will play 54 holes, while subsidiary players will play 18 holes. A high level of competition is expected, perhaps to beat last year's amateur winner Emmanuel Amoko's record of 149 gross over 36 holes. Abraham Ainemani led the pros with 3 under 139 gross over the 2 days. Now Breweries, under its umbrella Castlelite, are sponsoring the tournament to a tune of 100 million shillings.
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain scored twice, including a stunning outside of the boot finish, but said Champions League holders Liverpool must improve despite hammering Genk in Belgium. The Reds' 100% start to the Premier League season ended with a draw at Manchester United on Sunday, but they returned to winning ways by showing their class in the Group E match. The other games played, Chelsea were 1-0 winners in Amsterdam. Barcelona won a plaque, while Inter Milan equally won.
Nice, low and hard, through one pair of legs, bottom corner, keeper can do nothing about it. Perfect start for Liverpool. Here's Ito. Genk finding space again. Ito's cross is a good one! Samatta's header is a beauty, but the referee, I think, is going to rule it out. Yep, certainly has by the look of it. Crowd not happy. Did he climb all over the back of the defender? Well, is he giving it for a foul there? He's hung in the air beautifully. If he's giving it for that, I don't agree. That's a fabulous header. The cross is an absolute beauty. he's hung in the air. It's just the momentum that's carried him on there. Is it offside?
It's going to take a long time.
Oh, it must be close.
They're having a good long look. And play goes on with the score 1-0 to Liverpool, and Genk unhappy. Felice Matu is Salah. Going to come to Fabinho.
Straight at his best in this first half. His movement's been good, but there again, it's a nothing ball, doesn't pick anybody out. That's good.
Set target. Dial star 162 hash. Get 100% on data and bonus. Win instantly with Mega Masape. Just recharge and hit your target. Kati Richawati.
Mega Masape from Airtel is back. And everyone, we mean everyone, gets a bonus. All you have to do, check your target, recharge, get 100% bonus on data and minutes. Dial star 162 hash today to know your target.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
We're coming to you live from Butekanga in Kamuli district.
In the sub-county where I come from, where my leadership is being practiced, yeah, money is really a big problem that is hindering women to join leadership.
And in case you didn't know, Fasi Fasi is a show intended to make way for women in the leadership sphere. How can we create a space where someone who does not have 20 million shillings but has the ideas can become a leader in our community?
Did you know that the journey to becoming a politician is very costly, especially for women in rural areas like Kamuli, where the main source of income is subsistence farming? Going by numbers, money seems to be a critical factor in joining the political race.
And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's make way and make some noise.
My first 4G smartphone from Airtel is back. It's bigger, better, and comes with 5 GB free data per month for 3 months. At only 200,000 Uganda shillings, enjoy fantastic features on the phone, like the face unlock feature, long battery life. Mwana, kavolume keko. Live your life in 4G with my first 4G smartphone at only 200,000 Uganda shillings and get free 5 GB data every month for 3 months. Visit the nearest Airtel shop, dial star 175 star 9 hash to enjoy free data. Airtel, the smartphone network.
A very good afternoon once again. Thank you so much for keeping it UBC TV. Yes, just like many other days, today we are ending our lunchtime news with a discussion about something important to all of us. What is that? That is vocational and technical education. Government is having a policy promoting business, vocational, vocation and technical education in Uganda. But how are they implementing it? How realistic is this policy, and what does it intend to score exactly? That is what our discussion is going to be in the next few minutes that we have. And my guest is Dr. Safina Kisu Musene. She is a PhD holder and the Commissioner BITVET, Ministry of Education and Sports. Doctor, you're most welcome.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, direct to the point. You have this policy. What does it target? What are the scores that it targets?
Thank you very much for inviting us as a subsector to come and talk to Ugandans as far as business and technical education.
In the design of BITVET, what is the target exactly?
The target of our policy is to see that every Uganda is skilled with relevant competences, that to put this person at a position of delivering the national needs and being competitive globally.
Okay. Was there a gap like that before?
Yes, maybe. I want to start with, I think we have been talking about BITVET or technical education, and Until 2008, when we had an act by Parliament, which we call the BTVET Act.
Okay.
And until 2012-13, when we developed a strategy we call Scaling Uganda strategy, there were some challenges that we are facing.
Okay.
One of the challenges was many Ugandans were looking at the awards, the certification. I have a degree, but not considering the competences that the person must have. They were thinking that BTVET or technical education and vocational education is for low achievers, and therefore whoever that goes for that is the person who has failed to attain in life. And they were looking at this business and technical education being delivered in a formal structure like institutions, majorly delivered by government and without private involvement and without having the public-private partnership. So when we developed that strategy in 2012-2013, we initiated, we went through what we call a paradigm shift, changing the mindset that TVET is for everybody, BTVET is for everybody. Everybody is in need of skills, whether you have gone to university or you have not gone to university, TVET is the way to go. Why did we appreciate that? We look at, when you look at yourself in day to day, you come to appreciate that as a human being, you need to have somewhere you are residing. And the people who are going to do that for you, to construct a house for you,
and
people
whatever
who
will be in that house are technical,
technical competences.
But Hajat, currently, can you proudly say that the underlook of technical and vocational training within our public has now withered? We no longer have people that underlook.
No. I cannot comfortably say that. As a government, we are trying our level best. That's why this year we presented a policy at Cabinet and it was approved. That policy, the TVET policy, it is employer-led policy, but also it is looking at factors like you are saying, are people appreciating, it's looking at why are people not interested to join TVET or BTVET.
Down on the ground, have you registered success in as far as convincing people to embrace TVET?
Yes, we are trying. We are trying. We have put in programs that bring on board people who have gone to school and people who have not gone to school. And I think we have seen us training people in a formal way. You have seen many people graduating these days. The other day I was attending Honorable Senende's graduation. That is TVET. Then sometime you covered when His Excellency was passing out to many girls at the airstrip. That is TVET. Yes, we have scored in that way. But also we are scoring in the formal way that now we are creating what we call centers of excellence in TVET. We are constructing a center for oil and gas in UPIC. We are constructing a center for road construction in Lira. Some of our technical divisions, technical institutions have improved as far as their infrastructure is concerned. And to us, we think when we improve those facilities, we are marketing, and the population that is joining.
The rate at which you are calling on everyone to pay attention to TVET, and in comparison with the rate at which you are providing facilities, training centers, which one of the two is letting down the other?
It is
because, for example,
it depends on the programs.
If you look at the people you are targeting, especially my brothers and sisters who are younger than me, 20 and below, if you look at their population and the number of technical institutes in this country, really, how much do you target to score? According to our NLM manifesto, we are supposed to have a technical institution in every constituency. But at the Ministry of Education, we are targeting to have a technical institution at every district.
And what we have done so far, we have gone to over 82 districts with the technical institution. So now what we are working towards is to see that in every district we get a technical institution. But even those ones that we have constructed, the enrollment improves. And the enrollment improves in terms of boys and girls, and in terms of doing the various programs that we are offering in those institutions.
In these institutions, do we have institutions that really match the standards that can produce the people you target?
Yes, yes. We have, like here in Kampala, I can give an example of Nakawa Vocational College. When you go to Nakawa Vocational College, you will get what you need to get as the first TVET is concerned. When you go to Ntinda, we just commissioned Ntinda about 1 year back. It was a donation from South Korea government. It has everything that we require to deliver as far as TVET is concerned.
Just briefly in a minute, Harriet, what would a standard technical institute be expected to have?
A standard technical institution
to produce marketable employees
is expected to have the infrastructure, and the infrastructure is in terms of accommodation for students, classroom space, workshop for the various programs that they are providing, the human resource to deliver those programs who are competent.
Inculcate the skills about the learners.
To the learners. Then the training materials, those workshops must have the relevant training material that is up to date to the current technology.
Thank you so much. This is my last one before we wind up. Now, when you look at the program of the members of parliament, almost each one of them is coming up with a program of skilling their people to handle the unemployment problem in their communities. The president also has a bigger one. Now, do you look at those people fitting in what you have as the ministry, their products? Do they really get the skills from a setting that match, a setting of your standard? Yes. When you look at the setting that produces them, does it match the standards you lay as Ministry of Education
now,
in this policy?
That's one of the other reasons why we have now a TVET policy. In that TVET policy, we are establishing a TVET council. So as ministry or as a sector, we are responsible to set the standards of delivery. Then whatever member of parliament that we want to deliver, we provide the minimum standards, and they are supposed to measure up to those standards that we have set. And because of that, we are now advocating that whoever that deliver TVET must present the students for assessment and certification. That's why we have the assessment bodies for formal education, like you have Uganda Business and Technical Examination Board for most of the engineering, physical science.
So are you the people that assess graduates from my brothers and sisters, the political leaders?
Yes, we assess those one. Now we have a program we call the non-formal way, and I think we have heard of the Directorate of Industrial Training. The Director of Industrial.
So just briefly, how do you compare the two products? You have a graduate from Honorable Seninde's system, and you have a graduate that has gone through the real Technical Institute of Ministry of Education. Can these people compete at the same level?
Now, there are two things that we are discussing now. We have a program that has taken 2 years, and we have a short program of Honorable Seninde that may look at somebody how to make a dress, somebody how to bake a cake. Short, we call them modular. So we bring about those modules in a bulk, and then we get the full program of the 2 years.
Why don't you engage these politicians to support your technical institutes as we wind up?
I think we have to engage, but also I want you to appreciate the concept that we are talking. We have appreciated that TVET delivery can be done at once and you get everything. But also we are saying TVET delivery can be done in bits, the flexibility that we are talking about, and you build those smaller bits until you get a whole. So we want to appreciate those two concepts that we are doing.
Thank you
However,
so much,
I want the
Doctor.
politicians to come on board, and indeed they are supporting us to see that we improve.
I'm borrowing just a second for you to send a message to someone watching you about embracement of this technical and vocational education.
I want to encourage everybody that is seeing us today, that if Uganda is to achieve to improve in our economic standards, if we want the economy of Uganda to improve, the only way that we can achieve that is through TVET training, is through gaining skills in various areas of living, and I'm therefore calling upon everybody, parents, students, and whoever that is seeing us today, to bring the children, the youth, the adults, the university graduates, everybody that we skill you through the various avenues that we have for skills development.
Thank you so much, Commissioner, and I'm sure whoever was watching must have taken the message. Her name is Dr. Hajati Safina Kisu Musene. She's the Commissioner Big Vet in the Ministry of Education and Sports. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa. Thank you so much for watching. That ends our lunchtime news. Enjoy the next program. Hajat, thank you so much.
Thank you for hosting me.
You're welcome, Hajat.